Hello again. This is the Lady Autist with your third-parter on ableism. Today we're going to be talking a little about ableism, queer culture, and the media. This is going to be a bit more of my rant, so you won't see my blue book here anywhere today. So what we are talking about today is a few things. I'm not really going to run through it. I'm going to try to make this short. So let's start at the beginning. So with the queer culture that derives directly from the medical model, you're going to notice a few things in the media, starting all the way back in the very beginning, starting in the 80s with the freaking Rain Man. It's kind of a dirty word to us self-advocates. We get so tired of being asked about freaking Rain Man. But it starts all the way back then. So the media usually tends to focus in on a few things. In particular, what we call savant syndrome, where, and this is more about autism today, by the way, they either focus on the savant syndrome, where the person with the diagnosis has all the stereotypical traits of autism ad nauseum and displays them all to the extreme, but they have that one subject, that one interest that they are just a genius at. Starting with Rain Man, you also see it in shows today like The Good Doctor, for example, really focuses on that savant syndrome motif. You'll also see it on when they have these fundraisers for different groups, Autism Speaks, what have you. They really focus on that obsession, that one subject in which the person with autism highly excels. And more in general, you'll also see, especially when it's fundraising or campaign season, and this is across the board, autism to any other deficits that you want to name, they focus and go in hard on the tragedy of it. What I'm talking about is they will go over pretty much all the issues that come from the disability and display those issues in the worst possible light humanly possible. They're going to focus in on paraplegics having to be lifted and on their caretakers, on their parents, all the interventions that have to be called in. They're going to focus on the difficulty of the person that has whatever diagnosis. They focus really hard on the tragedy of it. So, why is that a bad thing? Shouldn't we want representation in the media? Okay, yes, representation is extremely important. But what is more important is that when you seek to represent us, you do it accurately, okay? You don't just show all the issues, all the deficits, because that stereotypes us. Savant syndrome definitely stereotypes us. It's something I've even had to overcome when I had to explain to people, yes, I am autistic. No, I am not good at math. I have never been good at math. I will probably never be good at math. So, stop with the stereotyping. Okay, second part in the media, what is another thing that they focus? That positivity porn, right? This is also across the board, whether someone has autism or not. And again, it is always when they display a non-disabled person swooping in to save or do something nice for the person with the disability. And they put the emphasis and the focus on how wonderful the person without a disability is for helping out that disabled person. Now, I have talked with other people before, some of my autism parents, like, but don't you think it is a good thing to display positive behavior towards people with disabilities? Absolutely. Absolutely, that's important. But here's the thing. You are still focusing on the wrong things. The non-disabled person is not freaking Jesus Christ Savior for taking us to the prom. You know? It gives this mentality that the non-disabled people have to come in and swoop in and save us. You know what I'm saying? It's that less than mentality that gets hammered in, even though you're showing a positive action and you're doing it for the good reasons. Showing wrong images, even doing it with the best possible intentions, can still be extremely damaging and still push that less than narrative. That idea that goes back to cure culture, that there's something wrong with the person with disabilities and that we need to help them, or that we must do something to help get them fixed. And then they glorify those of us on the autism spectrum with savant syndrome, and it still focuses on otherness. Okay, so I cut it real short today. We'll go more into this at some other time. Again, just public service announcement. Stop comparing us to Rain Man. Okay, I'm glad I got that out. Have a good one.